and welcome to the Direct Selling Success Podcast. I'm Anna Green, and I'm here to share with you tips, tricks, and training on network marketing done right. Thank you for listening.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to In Conversation With. Today, I am talking to the lovely Nicki. Nicki's been in my world for some time now, runs a very successful direct sales business. Hi, Nicki.
Hi. How are you doing?
I'm good. Hope you are as well. So tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Yep. So my name's Nicki Richardson, and I have been a one-to-one diet weight loss consultant and a mindset coach for the last 19 years, winning every single award that you can within the business. The highest accolade, like Diamond Leader of the Year, but I was the top consultant because nobody above me won it. So that was a massive accolade. And I live and breathe what I do. I love being self-employed. Love it with a passion.
Oh,
In the
amazing.
network marketing business.
Amazing. So what made you start way back in the day? What made you start?
Do you know what it was? So my past was I didn't know what to do when I left school, hated school, came out with some sort of qualifications. So I followed my sister's footsteps and became a business travel consultant. So I was a YTS, if anyone knows what that was, youth training scheme. Got £25 a week, which was crazy. So I did that until I had Alex when I was 32. So in my 20s, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. So I did that, trained up, worked right up into management. And then one day I just thought, I don't want this anymore. Bitchy environment, all women. So I decided I'd just walk out. Very irresponsible. I had a mortgage. I made my parents grey overnight, but I just had enough. And, you know, back in those days, you could get temping work quite easily. So I did some temp work, worked for TNT International as an employment and was their top salesperson. And then I fell pregnant with my son. And I didn't want to go back to work and not watch him grow up. So I decided to take on lots of jobs. So I did Tesco's. I worked as the graveyard shift just so I could speak to humans. You know, babies are lovely. I didn't really, I adore my son and he knows the story. I'm not a mumsy person. I nurture him, but I wasn't like get down and play sort of thing. I wasn't one of those people. So I knew that Alex would be better off being with a childminder, playing with other children. I only had one. I wanted to be there for the school trips, for watching him do his first steps, everything. So I did Tesco's, I did Virgin V, I did Forever Living products. In those days we could do it. And I did Cambridge Weight Plan. I knew nothing about it. I actually did it as a diet to start with. And 3 weeks in, sat there, and my consultant, she ran another business, and she was like, "Oh, I just need to take a phone call." And I sat there looking around her office and thought, I could do this. This is up my street, talking to people because I don't shut up. And she came back and I said to her, right, how do I become a consultant? And 19 years ago, you just literally signed on the dotted line. So she said to me, right, come back in 2 hours. I met the lady in the garden with a Prosecco, signed on the dotted line, and that was it. I was left and I never spoke to her again. I've never spoken to her in 19 years. So I was really left with this business, not really knowing what it was going to give me. So I had my hands in everything. And then suddenly this business started to take off. And I thought, oh, I'm actually making some money here. So I've been the other jobs because I couldn't do all of them. It was impossible. And then in 2006, we became number one diet in the whole country. And my phone, because in those days we didn't do social media, we actually spoke to people as well. And my phone just didn't stop ringing. It just didn't stop ringing. And my business went from maybe 30 people to 107, 110 clients. And I just became very successful very quickly within the client. But I didn't know about the network because I'd never been introduced to the network, and I never read anything that head office sent me because I was just on my own. Yeah. So it was only when I started networking that I actually realized, oh my gosh, there is people that I can actually work with. And when I first started to sponsor, I didn't look after my team because I did I mirrored what my consultant did. So I didn't look after my first couple of consultants. I was a rubbish consultant. You know, I thought they were a competitor of mine. And then once I went, so cut a long story short, I started to sponsor, and then I won my first award. And I remember meeting this lady called Katie Perks, and she's still a really good friend of mine, which is one of my besties. I remember meeting her in Tenerife. It was my first trip away. And she said to me, "You really should look at sponsoring. You really should look at building this other side of your business." And I was like, "Oh, really? Why?" And she's like, "Well, this is what I earn." And it's like, oh my gosh. And literally within, you know, I'm somebody, if you tell me to do something, Anna, and I'm not all about money. I'm a real nurture with my clients and everything, but it was a business at the end of the day. And that was really when I put my foot down on the accelerator and excelled to this massive business that I have today. And, you know, I went bankrupt. I was with a narcissist. You know, I was one of these people that always had a boyfriend. My dad always said to me, "Enjoy your life." But no, I always had to have a boyfriend. And I was with somebody for 8 years, and he ended up getting someone pregnant behind my back. And I moved away to High Wycombe, and I met this guy that I thought was wonderful. Well, he wasn't, he was dangerous, and I didn't know that. Anyway, again, cut a long story short, 2 years of a really controlling narcissist behavior. I was up here when I met him. I was in the gutter. This is before one-to-one, in the gutter when he left me. And I never thought that I would have a life. I lost everything. I had to sell my house, had to go move back in with my parents at 26, which wasn't good. And yeah, as I say, so then I fell into this business, and I really, really, really didn't know it would be a lucrative business that it is today. And people really poo-poo network marketing. If I hear it once, I hear it 100 times. Is it pyramid selling? Absolutely not. You could join this business tomorrow and become number one. You know, there's nobody who's at the top spot. It's not pyramid selling. Direct selling itself is just, it's just brilliant. Who wants a boss who tells you can't have a day off, or you can't watch your child in their school play, their first school play, because Maze is off today, so you can't have a day off?
No, it's crackers, isn't it? So way back at the beginning, you said you took off so well, but how did it take off? You know, you've got this kit, you no clue what you're doing. What did you do to get your first?
For me, really, Anna, it was because I had a little one. So Alex was probably about 4. So I joined in 2007. No, 2005 was when I joined the one-to-one. And Alex was born in 2002. There you go. So he was still really young. So I was really talking to the young mums, and because I was overweight myself as well. And in those days, I wasn't really a very good role model. So I struggled with my weight really badly. I could help you guys, but I couldn't help myself. So I would talk to anyone and everyone. That program really helped us be recognized, because it's a myth that we're just all about shakes. So having that program really helped. But for me, Anna, I think it was the fact that I had a little one and I could run my hours. So with Alex my childminder was Alex's best friend's mum. Was amazing. So I knew he was safe with her. He'd go and have a play day, but obviously I'd pay her. So I didn't want to abuse her. So I knew that I had 2 or 3 days a week that I could nurture my business. And that was the beauty of this business, is that I could say, right, I'll work those days, and then a couple of nights a week I'd used to work as well.
So even straight at the beginning, you were that disciplined to treat it as a business?
Yeah, well, no, because I didn't know it was a business. But I had all these people coming in, and there was all this money being made, and I had obviously it was a business, but I didn't know what a proper business it would be. Everyone said to me, when you're going to get a real business? People don't appreciate that this industry is really good. You know, I earn 6 figures. You know, it isn't something to poo-poo at all.
No.
At all.
No, and people just don't understand, do they?
Say again?
People just don't understand, do they?
No, I work hard. Listen, work hard, play hard. I'm not going to say to you, I sit here at 9 o'clock in the morning and work till 5:30 flat out, because I don't. I work, I could like 9 till 12, might have a couple of hours gap. Then I'll do a few more hours, and then I do the evening shift, because that's how I choose to work. And they're the clients that I bring on. So yeah, and if I want to have a week in Turkey, because I'm married to a Turkish guy, the beauty is I can still take my business over there. It's given me so much freedom, and especially because I'm not the wellest. I know people look at me and say, you don't look ill, but I've got a lot of hidden illnesses that I can't walk down the stairs twice a week. I'm immobile, I'm stuck in my bed. But you wouldn't know that. My clients wouldn't know that, because I can be on social media doing my posts that you've been teaching me how to do it all. And you can, and this is the beauty with this business, any network marketing. If you've been told that you're unemployable because of your health, or you're not able to drive to work, or you haven't got the support network with your children, never poo-poo this type of business, because you can grow it as big or as small as you want.
So I know me and you are very similar, very similar. And I remember being told, well, it's all right for you. You can get to that level in the company because of X, Y, and Z. You've got the confidence, you've got the network of people, you're really good at talking. I can see you shaking your head. Do you get that as well?
Yeah, absolutely. And do you know what? It's quite funny, actually. I said to somebody, obviously, my name was always up there, and people would have heard of me, but they didn't actually know me. They didn't get to know me. They just saw, oh, Nicki's up there all the time. Nicki knows everything. And I did find it very lonely. And I've said that in our meetings that we have with head office. Being in the top of my game, because I class myself as old school. I'm 53, so the old school type consultants. I felt very lonely at the beginning of my game, because no one would share anything, because, oh, Nicki knows it all. I literally cannot look after the whole of the UK. I would love to, but I don't have that capacity. So, by what you do, Anna, you share with us businesses. Everything you share, you could be sharing it out there free for some people. Other people think, well, what are you doing that for? Why are you doing it free? Actually, you're giving value to people and showing what you're capable of doing. And we're not all take in this industry. And that's what I love, when you network with people like you, and then I get to network with other networkers, network marketing people. So we all nurture ourselves, even though we're in different industries, we can all nurture ourselves together. And that's what I really love. There is no boss telling me what to do, when you can go online, who you can talk to. It's my business. I do what I want when I want, respecting the guidelines with the company that I work on behalf of, obviously.
Yeah, and that's super important, isn't it? Super important.
Yeah, my mindset business is separate, but I do entwine the two, because they go hand in hand.
Oh, absolutely. And I think, as any sort of leader in an industry, if you've got some sort of mindset background or helping to inspire and motivate others and understanding people, that can be a massive help to growing and developing that team, can't it?
Yeah, and also that's really important to understand, that when you have a team, because I've got a team of over 300, I don't look after all of those. Of course, we've got different tiers, but I say to my team, so somebody would look at my business and think, I could never do what she does.
Yeah.
But that is the beauty. You could come and join a networking marketing business. If you only want us to nurture 5 clients in whatever you're selling, that's the beauty. You don't have to be someone like me that wants to be up there. I'm not going to sit there and lie to you and say I haven't enjoyed winning my awards. I was told as a youngster I'd never be anything. All I'd be was a toilet cleaner in Woolworths. That's what my teachers used to tell me. They nurtured me into being a toilet cleaner in Woolworths. And there's nothing wrong with cleaning toilets at all. But I wanted to become more than a toilet cleaner. And, I had that installed in my head for a long time, that I was no good. And again, it's only by meeting people. I had a barrier up for many years. People didn't like me. People didn't want to talk to me because I was a successful person. And, I'm far from big-headed. I'm probably I'm quite humble about what I've done because I never thought I'd be the person I am today. I'm very proud of everything I've achieved in a humbling, not big-headed way. Because, you know, I say to people, you can literally lose everything.
Yeah.
And if you want it, if you want that, if you've got that drive, you've got this, and you've got this, and you've got a computer, you can build a business.
Yeah. Yeah. If you can talk to people, if you can, you know, type the stuff out on socials, if you can connect with people, I think
Social media is a game changer.
Yeah, totally. If you can relate to people, and if people can understand who you are and they can relate to you, you can run a successful business. It's just then all about learning how to close the sale, how to grow a team, how to be consistent, however you're going to build that business, however big you want it to be.
Yeah, and you know what, it's not rocket science, but until you meet somebody like Anna, and you know, I've been in this business a long time, and I've networked with a lot of people like you, but the way you teach us is so unique. You've opened, like, even just last week with that boot camp, you opened my eyes up to my business in a way I'd never looked at before. But if it wasn't for me being a network marketer, I'd never have met you.
No, and this is the joy of this business. You can meet so many different people. Some of my best friends I've met through the direct sales industry.
Yeah,
and I would never have
my
met
clients
them.
came to my wedding, you know. and that is the beauty of this business. You know, you don't have a boss. Obviously, I respect the gods above who I work on behalf of with one business. But you can talk to whoever you want. You know, you can't network with that person. You can't network. You can network with whoever you want because you're in control.
Yeah. So what has this business given you, other than like the tangible things, you know, the awards and the income and that sort of thing? What do you
Given
think?
me a lifestyle that I wouldn't have dreamt of. So for me, ultimately, I love helping people. You know, for me, nurturing people, seeing them very low and then leaving me very high. That's the biggest gain I've got out of this business, as in a fluffy thing. For me, if we're going to go down the health route, I'm not a well person. You know, the chances I've been told I might be in a wheelchair by the time I'm 60, I might not be able to walk properly. So for me, being able to do this business while lying in my bed it means the world to me. When COVID hit, I honestly thought I was going to die. It was very dramatic. I got the letter, you know, you're shielding. If you catch it, that's it, it's over, basically.
Yeah.
And I honestly thought that was it. My life was over. When the business that I work on behalf of changed the way we could work and that we could do the direct the direct deliveries and everything, that was life-changing for me, Anna. I mean, that was, for me, I knew then this was, not that I'd ever leave this business, but this was really the business that's going to save my life. And it has given me financial freedom. I mean, I literally lost everything. Going bankrupt is the most humiliating thing. When I went bankrupt, the judge even said to me, you know, you've been used and abused, but unfortunately you allowed him to have a mobile, you gave him a credit card, it's all in your name, you have to pay the price. And I was really humiliated, but he said to me, don't worry, nobody will know you went bankrupt, lovely. He goes, it's a little piece in the paper, school playground, first thing, tap on the thing, saw you went bankrupt. It was so humiliating, and you know, put shame to the family and everything. But if I hadn't have gone through what I went through in my past, I wouldn't be the person I am today. And I smile when I say this. I have achieved more than I'd ever imagine, and that's pure. That is pure hard work. I haven't been given it on a plate.
I think this is one thing that so many people forget, and this is that whole "it's all right for you" note that I said earlier on, and oh, look where she is, and all those things that you hear so often. Actually, when you think about it, it is all down to hard work. The people who make it in this
100%,
industry, it's
Anna,
not luck.
No, I see your name come up. I mean, like, the thing is, in our business, we've got so many different platforms to work on. Yeah, we have to nurture them all, but you're consistent, and this is what you harp on to us. Consistency is key. I could never forget about you because you're up, you show, you're there every day. Anna Green's doing a live, Anna Green's doing this. And because I'm interested in you, I'm always looking. And that's what I would say in this business. And I'm not the best. I'm not going to say I am. Because I'm established, I've got a client base. When I put my foot on the accelerator, I'm up there. I've had a tough year this year with my health. I've still achieved Diamond Elite again this year. I've won all the awards that I need to. But I could do more, but I've chosen to slow down a little bit this year, and I don't know where this is going now. My fibro head's gone on. I'm flowing, but I've forgotten why I'm flowing. But the beauty is you can, oh yeah, you work so hard, but it is having that consistency, and you've got to show up. And if I hear it one more time, there's so many people who sell, I'm not going to mention businesses, but all those different businesses.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if there's 1,000 consultants in this network, in makeup network, other network. People will buy people.
Yeah.
People buy off me because they are attracted to me. You know, people always say to me, I could sell ice to an Eskimo. I probably could, but I'm so passionate at what I do.
Yeah, and that passion and that hard work ethic is what sets the successful apart from everybody else.
Absolutely.
And like you said, it doesn't matter about your background. It doesn't matter whether you're clever. It doesn't matter whether you are.
No, you don't need
anything.
to have A levels. You don't need to have a degree to do this business. And the networking business, you need to have a personality. You've got to be able to speak to people. You've got to be nice to people. So basically, treat people how you expect to be treated. Treat it like a real business. You know, you'll work less hours and earn more money if you show up every day and do what you should be doing. Remember, everything you do is money in your own pocket. I'm not paid. Yes, again, we work on behalf of a company, but everything I earn goes into my pocket for me to pay the inland revenue, whatever he has to have. And then I have the rest for my holidays. You know, I was able to get my son through university.
Yeah.
I was able to buy him a nice car. You know, my husband's not English. I was able to go out there 13 times in a year and stalked him when I first met him. Couldn't have done that if I was employed.
No, there would never have been that opportunity. Never.
The work, it's endless opportunities. And now that we have someone like you guiding us and showing us the ropes, it makes our life a lot easier.
Oh,
Because
good.
it is a guessing game otherwise, isn't it?
It can be, and it really can be, especially, you know, if your particular company is behind the times, or you don't get the way that they train, or you can't access that support network for whatever reason, or you just need that something extra. I think, yeah, having somebody else to see the sales and the recruiting and the team in your business to look and think, oh, actually, yeah, have you tried this? Have you tried this? Just to be able to help that little bit more can send you so much further.
Absolutely. And it's not, you know, it's not hard sales. You've got to go into a business that you really enjoy. There's no point joining a business that you don't enjoy. You might as well go and be employed. You know, nurture it and actually embrace it. And if you only earn £200 extra a month, c'est la vie. If that's all you wanted, that's all I wanted to start with, was to pay. So I'd split up with Alex's dad. We were still together at the time when I first joined this business, but obviously I split up when he was 2. I'd been in the business 2 years. But I just wanted £200 so I could pay for him to go to like nursery. They used to do like after clubs for nurseries just to get him more sociable. And I didn't have that money. I didn't have that extra £200. And then obviously when you join it and you think, let's try and get £400, or let's see if 600, and then you get 1,000, and then you start getting your commission. I get paid for my team.
Yeah.
And I remember that going to 200. I remember the first time it was 1,000, and then 2,000, and then 4,000. And before I knew it, I was earning a double salary from my team as well as my clients. And it was just like, oh. And it's like, why wouldn't anyone want to get into that business? And that's where it.
Yeah. And I think when you've got that belief, that whole, why would anybody not want to do this? Why would anybody not want to join? It becomes then so much easier to recruit, because you know in your heart that it's the best thing for them.
Yeah, and I always say to them, I'm not forcing you. You know, like I've got a team, and if my team are watching, you know what I'm like. I will train my team till the cows come home. If they don't put what I'm teaching them into practice, and I go over and over again, then it's just like, right, you're not gonna get anywhere by sitting hoping this business comes. But yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's just smile all the time. I never get up in the morning and think, oh, I've got to go to work. It's like, oh, I'm going to be speaking to so and so. Wonder how she got on with their wedding. I wonder how they did. You become part of their lives as well.
Yeah, you absolutely do. It's an amazing, amazing industry to be in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So before we disappear, I want you to share, if you don't mind, and if you can think of one off the top of your head, your best tip for somebody in direct sales. What is your best tip you can give them right now?
Talk to everyone and anyone. Network.
Yeah.
Literally. And it's not just because I'm on your podcast, but find someone, Anna Green, your content is, am I allowed to say priceless, even though it's not priceless? You know what I mean? It is
Yeah.
just goes on. I was telling my team today, go and find Anna. What she gives you is priceless. You've done this business how long? So you've nurtured. You've learned from us. We're telling you stuff as well, what we need to learn. Then you've written all this stuff and it works.
Yeah, and it does work. And if people put the things
100%
into
it
practice,
works.
it's going to
And
work.
it's not rocket science all the time, but we need someone like you going, did you realize if you just did that? Because we're too busy wrapped up in our business. What I need to look after my clients, make sure they do the diet right. And then you're my guardian angel, tapping me on my shoulder, going, but Nicki, if you just did that or you just did that, honestly, it's amazing. And then I've met beautiful people networking with you. I've now met a whole load of other people. I met a lady in your boot camp from Northern Ireland, and we're going to meet up. I go over there in September. We're going to have a coffee.
Oh, that's amazing.
And, she's in the other business that I've not mentioned all the businesses I do, but she's in another business that I do that I haven't nurtured yet. So it's just she's just so lovely. But we're just going to have a coffee because we're the same age and we're hormonal and we were just going to put the worlds to right while I was over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
It's
I'd never
just
have met
lovely.
her if it wasn't for your group. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for shouting about me. That's really lovely. It made me slightly
I mean it.
embarrassed.
Seriously, if it wasn't, honestly, Anna, I network with so many different people. And I tell you, I pay for so many different training and I've bought so many different courses. And I'm not just saying this, I just really gravitate to your stuff. I find it really interesting. It keeps you engaged.
Thank you.
And you can give me £10,000 after the call. No, but it does. You've shown me in the last 6 months, you've opened my eyes up to, well, I've known you longer than that.
Yeah.
To so many different things within this business that we can do that we would only learn by somebody like you. So thank you as well, because you give a lot of free, you're very giving with your time as well and with your knowledge and stuff. So yeah, go and find her, guys. Well, they would have because they'll be watching. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Oh, thank you so much, Nicki, for coming on and for sharing
You're so
your
welcome.
story. It's been really lovely to chat to you. If people want to find you, Nicki, where do they find you?
So I'm on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Nicki Richardson-Aktolga, Nicki Richardson under the one-to-one diet, Nicki Richardson-Aktolga, or Nicki R on TikTok. I'm everywhere. Once you've seen this face, never forgotten. I'm a crazy loon. I try not to take life too seriously. I talk for England. She told me 20 minutes. We haven't done bad, 34. But I love what I do. And I love networking with people. So yeah, I love this.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you so much, Nicki. And thanks everyone
You're
for
so
listening.
welcome.
See you all soon.